largest market for illegal drugs on the planet, whether it's our war on drugs that we have visited on these countries and hollowed out their institutions, or whether it's the fact that we have deported people out of our jails into El Salvador and Guatemala and Honduras and literally created the gangs that people are now fleeing. We have some culpability in this, but we also have the opportunity to make it right. Invest in solutions that reduce violence in Central America. Who are suffering the worst drought that they have ever known, a drought caused not by God, nor by Mother Nature, but by all of us, our emissions, our excesses, our inaction in the face of the facts, and the science has helped to produce that problem in the first place. Let us help them there, where they are. They do not have to suffer or make this journey in the first place. Y luego, let us rewrite this country's immigration laws in our own image for our perspective here in El Paso, Texas. Never again detaining families, never allowing another dreamer to live another day in fear of deportation back to a country they do not know because we decide to make them U.S. citizens in this, their true home country. Let's make sure that millions more laboring under this sun right now without legal protections, maybe making a minimum wage if they're lucky, but far too often making something less or nothing at all. Their immigration status used as leverage against them to keep them in some kind of modern day bondage. We are going to legalize America and allow people to come forward and contribute to their full potential so that we realize our full promise as a country. You all with me on this? To all of the advocates and the activists who have been here day in and day out, who've led vigils just like this one to make sure that this came to our attention, to the members of the press who are not the enemy of the people, but the best defense against tyranny. And to everyone who today is going to share this story with everyone in your life to make sure that at this moment of truth, we all do what is required of us so that our kids, generations that follow, are proud of us, the people of 2019. Thank you all for being here today.
I'll take some home with me. All right, Cynthia. Take some home with us.
One at a time.
Where's Cynthia?
No climbing over, please. Sorry. I'm trying to do both. Yeah.
Congressman O'Rourke, I'm a family physician. How do I get in to take care of these kids? Congressman O'Rourke, I'm a family doctor. How do I get in to help take care of these kids? Thank you,
We're having a hard time getting medical care, getting donations in. I know, and I'm sorry that they're not accepting anything. We just heard from somebody that when you go to the website address for DHS to make donations, that doesn't take you anywhere, and that folks who've shown up after collecting donations or wanting to offer medical help or mental health care providers, not able to connect with those kids. So all I can tell you is that when we do this and help to create this kind of pressure, then we can build the kind of change that we want to see so that you can get in. We'll continue
All right,
to
let's
keep
come
it up.
over here first, Beto, and then we'll finish. We're gonna keep walking. Here we go. Sorry, guys, we gotta go this way. There we go.
Yep.
Hey guys, can you push back a little bit?
Thank you.
Wait,
Coming back.
you're right here.
Congressman Natasha Chen, CNN.
Hi, how are you?
Can you explain why you do not support the repeal of Section 1325?
Actually, I support the rewriting of that section of immigration code so that never again is a family separated, never again is a child detained, never again is somebody criminally prosecuted for seeking asylum or refuge in this country. And it's not just something that I'm saying now as a presidential candidate. As a member of Congress, I helped to introduce legislation which would do just this. So here's the big picture. Right now, we've got kids who've been separated from their families that we need to reunite. We've got thousands of people who are in a Remain in Place program in Mexico who fear for their lives. We have the most cruel administration in the history of this country, and we have the opportunity to do the right thing right now. As president, day one, I will stop family separation. I will reunite those who have been separated. We will discontinue criminally prosecuting anyone who is fleeing violence or coming to this country seeking asylum or refuge. But we're also going to go much bigger and make sure that the 9 million legal permanent residents in this country have their citizenship fees waived so they become U.S. citizens. Dreamers never have to fear deportation. They can stay here, and millions more can come forward, register with this government so that they are safe and secure in this country and able to contribute even more to our success. And then we are going to address the problems in Guatemala and El Salvador and Honduras so families don't have to make that journey going forward.
When you say it's rewritten, what does that look like? Is it decriminalized?
Pues la gente que están aquí, esta parte de la solución. Si este país conoce qué está pasando en su nombre, el tratamiento de estos niños aquí en este centro de la patrulla fronteriza, yo pienso que vamos a tener el cambio que necesitamos y que ellos merecen. El presión en los miembros del Congreso y también en esta administración y la oportunidad de cambiar el liderazgo que tenemos ahora. Cuando hacemos todo esto, podemos mejorar las condiciones, podemos reunir las familias que han separado ahorita y podemos tratar cada persona con la dignidad y el respeto que merecen como humanos.
Beto. The administration trying to pass a parliament to Mexico.
What's that?
What do you think about the administration trying to pass the solution onto Mexico?
So we were just in Mexico, and I was just meeting with the mayor of Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. This administration, the United States, has forced thousands of asylum seekers to be turned back from our border to remain in Juarez, where they do not have the resources to take care of them, where those who are waiting are prey to kidnappers, to rapists, to criminals who will take advantage of them, and that is exactly what is happening right now, and produces a level of desperation that causes some of those asylum seekers to try to enter this country in between our ports of entry, including tragically trying to swim across the Rio Grande, or that story that I related of that father of the 4-year-old crossing the desert for 6 days and having somebody with whom he's crossing literally die along the journey. So we are forcing suffering and in some cases death on these people. And we've got to remember, we are the wealthiest, the most powerful country on the face of the planet. We are this way because we're a country of immigrants and asylum seekers. So to deny them is to deny America and our own success and security going forward.
Beto, Representative Hurd visited this facility. He was told inside that the lawyers who made the claims never even went back deep into the facility, but were in the conference room. Have you heard anything about that?
All I know is that the Department of Homeland Security's own Office of Inspector General has reported on inhumane conditions within these Border Patrol stations throughout the country, not just here in Clint, but in other parts of the country as well. And then you have the firsthand testimony of attorneys who came here and saw those conditions for themselves, attorneys who were able to talk to children who told them that they're 7 and 8 years old and they're taking care of toddlers that they have no relation to, toddlers who do not have diapers on, sleeping on concrete floors under lights that are on all day and all night under aluminum blankets. That sounds pretty bad to me, and I hope that sounds pretty bad.